2-minute yoga session for doing yoga on a sailboat. It's inspired by a friend who's going to take a sailboat trip in the near future and who asked me to give him some inspiration and exercise that he could do on a sailboat to stay active and flexible during his trip. And so we thought about positions and exercises that would give you a lot of contact with the floor, with the ground. Even if the ground is moving, you should be stable in your position and able to move appropriately. So I invite you to join in. You will be free to interrupt the session at your convenience and restart it anytime. And just go ahead, move with the flow, with the waves, and enjoy the class. We want to do some exercises to keep the body flexible, especially have the lower back working and to feel good and feel strong on the boat. Okay, so let's get started. We start by kneeling and placing our hands spread wide with the middle fingers parallel facing forward. And then we are going to start to do dog pose. And we do dog pose entering into the pose with bent knees. So we have this stretch from the hands towards the hips, and we elongate the hips from the hands through the shoulders, stretching the lower spine, and put an extra strong emphasis on your index fingers and the roots of the index fingers. So from down here, from this point, you stretch through the shoulders. You can slightly roll the shoulders outward to get a more deeper extension in your neck and in this area. And then you want to reach this area here, you want to make this area flat and extended. When you have this, you start to stretch the legs, and you want to try to keep the quality of the rest of the pose as you do this. So this is dog pose facing down. And it's a really, really good stretch. You can see the animals, your dog, your cat, they will also do this in the morning. And we have the opposite, the dog facing upward, where we first move into plank, make the back straight, and as we are in plank, we are already welding our buttocks, making the buttocks strong, as if we want to make a nut crack, give that nutcracker energy as you move your buttocks forward. There are two positions. You can take your feet down like this, or you keep them up like this. It's really your choice, but keep the strong buttocks moving forward and extending from the hands up. Look towards the sky and enjoy the opening of the chest. Okay, then we come back. Have your buttocks and hips pull you back into downward facing dog. Strong hands, strong index fingers, extension through the shoulders towards the hips. Have your upper thighs move backwards. And if you regularly do this pose, try to make the feet give an energy towards the hands. So forward instead of backward. Okay, now slowly come down. We go into child's pose. Take the knees to the outer edges of the mat. Almost join the toes. And we have two ways of stretching in child's pose.
stretching and relaxing in child pose. One way is that we keep our hands strong in the front, rooting, and as we go down with the buttocks towards the heels, we can feel the extension through the sides of our bodies. And even if you rest your forehead on the floor, you still have this stretch all along the sides of your body. You have this elongation from the hands through the shoulders and the lower back all the way to the buttocks. And when you are in this pose, focus your attention on the breath. First of all, we start by breathing into the abdomen. Make the abdomen wide. And then we direct our breath into the region of the root chakra, so to the groins and to the sacrum, and we also open and extend there. So this is the first version of child's pose, where we have the stretch in the upper body. And then as we release the hands and the elbows and the lower arms to the ground, you notice that the buttocks can sink even further. You have less stretch in the sides of your body, but you have more tendency to let go for a deep relaxation. Let your forehead rest and breathe into the abdomen, into the sacrum, and also into your chest and back. Okay, then we come back up. And now, the next sequence we are about to do a little bit depends on the amount of waves you have on the boat. So when the boat is in a calm sea, then you should be able to do the following sequence. Okay, we go into the dog pose facing down. Then we lift up the back leg, the right leg, just like this. We try to stretch the right leg back and up. And then we bring the right leg forward to the hands. So we are in this position here. Inhalation, exhalation. Now, we keep the left hand down, extend the right arm up, and we twist. This works nicely down here and in the whole body. In this pose you want to keep your left leg stretched and you want to keep sinking a little more with your right hip. Okay, from this pose we come back down and then we turn to our left. And now you can see that my feet are slightly moving inward. So make the outer edges of your feet parallel to each other or slightly moving inward. Okay? So your feet should feel like if you were standing straight on the ground. Okay, first with our fingers pointing downward, we extend the abdomen forward, make a straight back, and we breathe. see that up to this point we mostly have our feet and our hands on the ground. So this is one good thing about this sequence, that we mostly are in contact with at least 3 points. So when the ship is moving, we have more stability. From this position, we make we bend our left leg, keep the right leg straight, and we go down into this healing position here. So actually let your buttocks sink towards the ground as far as possible, let your foot come down as far as possible, and extend your arms forward and stretch forward from the lower back. Keep the right leg active, and when you are down, just breathe and go with the flow. Then we come back up into Cross-Ureta, and again we place our fingers, we turn the feet a little more in, and then we bend the arms and take the head more down. Notice that when I bend the arms, I don't go back with my hips. I keep the hips where they are, just the buttocks in line with the back of the heels, and I just bend the arms and go more down. And I can push a little more towards the front with the fingers and take the upper body more down. I can even try to go in line with the fingers and the feet, and this actually depends on the movement of the boat. So try what is possible and what makes you feel good. Then we come back forward, and then again we have to see what is possible as we come up. When we come up, we can see if we have the stability to stand like this. If it's possible, then it's okay. We are in standing position. When we are in standing position, our feet are now our roots. Before, when we were in dog pose, our hands were our primary roots. In standing position, our feet are primary roots. So to go into the triangle pose, which might not always be possible on a boat, we turn the left foot more in, and we turn the right foot out 90 degrees. And we observe if the line of the right foot is crossing the left foot in the center. So you want to have this completely exact adjustment, so your legs and feet are a basis for the pose, for stability. If you have a stronger sea, you can look if you have some support on the boat. So if you have a point where you can lean against with your hip, for example, so then you can do this pose where you have a hip support from the back. Okay? Now, when we are going into triangle pose, we want to put more emphasis on the outer edge of the back foot. So press the outer edge of the back foot more down. And in the front foot, we want to activate the ball of the big ball of the big toe right here, and combine it with the thigh. So we activate the ball of the big toe, press it down firmly, we activate the thigh, so we have a stable foundation with our feet and legs. We extend the arms, and we go down with the right hand on the right leg. Keep the left hand with the hip for the time being to exaggerate a little bit this opening. And as I said, if you have the boat moving, you want to have some support, might want to have some support here with your hips, so you can just lean on a little bit to the support. When you're in the pose, you extend the left arm up, and as you do that, have the feeling that you extend both arms
Have the feeling that you have this freedom here to extend, also that this part, the right side of the belly, is relaxed and open. And breathe into the belly, into the chest, into this extension and opening. Okay, then we come back up and we turn the left foot up and we go down where we started up from. We take our right foot back. We go into plank. Once more we go into dog facing up. And we go into dog facing down. And this downward facing dog is really a beautiful miracle position because it can give you so much stretch, and you can, as you explore the pose, you can explore it more deeply the more you get to know it. First, when you are a little stiff, you might struggle with this. You might be like this. Or when you go into the pose and you are like this, it might happen that when you stretch the legs, your lower back is getting more round and you come into a pose like this. Try to maintain the stretch from the hand through the shoulders towards the lower back as you stretch the legs. Try to make these thighs move backward and up, so that helps to do the stretch from the hands towards the heels. Okay, now since I don't want to do the other side with my butt facing you, I'm going to come up and turn to the other side. So this is Uttanasana. It's also a good pose to do. You bring the feet towards the hands and you just let the upper body hang. And as the boat is moving, you can support with your hands and arms. If you don't come down as far as this, you can also use a block or something, maybe a stair, to be at the stair, and you use the stair to place your hands on the stair and be like this. With the inhalation, we come up. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Now, the other side I do in this way. I place my hands always like this, so middle finger parallel, and the roots are just here, the index fingers. So when my index fingers are my roots, and the hands are placed like this, and the elbow is straight, then the line of force goes straight through, and it enables to extend the neck and the arms and keep an openness here, which is important, that I don't want to harden my neck as I'm doing these stretches. So again, we place the hands on the ground, index fingers rooting firmly, and we go into dog pose, facing down. To remind you, when you go there first, when you have problems with stiffness in the shoulder or stiffness in the lower back, you always want to start like this, with bent knees, and then stretch the knees and keep the lower back as straight and stretched as possible. Okay, now we take the left leg up. Try to make this left leg like an extension of your back. So you put the emphasis not on putting it up, but we put the emphasis on stretching it out. And then we bend the knee, bring it forward. And now
We keep the right hand down and we take the left arm up. We are in this twist. And in the twist you want to keep the right leg strong and the left hip coming a little more down, bending a little more down. Bring the hand back down, and now we turn to the right, and we are in the same position as before. Cross the reta, and we have the outer edges of the feet parallel to each other or slightly facing inward, and you can see the arch of the foot should be just like if you are standing in a straight Tadasana standing pose. Okay, first extend the abdomen, straighten your back, then go down, bend the arms. Maybe take the fingers in line, maybe not, depending on the movements. And keep the buttocks aligned with the back of your heels. And then we want to go down. We want to bend the right leg now, keep the left leg straight. Go down like this. You can use the support of your hands, especially when the boat is moving. You want to be safe, not to fall over. And when you are down, you can elongate the hands forward, elongate the spine, and go into this healing position. Is this healing in English? Okay, with your heels coming down and squatting, right leg squat, yeah, okay. Keep the left leg active and straight, so you stretch the left leg and go more down with the hips and extend more forward with the hands. Keep breathing, and we come back up into cross reta, and we bend down, enjoying this forward bend. With the inhalation, we come back up, straighten the legs, make the legs strong, open the chest, make the abdomen and the chest move up, out, roll the shoulders up, roll them back, and let them sink. And enjoy this opening, this feeling of openness and awareness. Imagine the wind is blowing and you're moving with the waves. Maybe you don't have to imagine it if you are actually on a boat or ship. Okay, now it's time for triangle pose to the left side. So we turn the right foot a little more in. We make the outer edge of the right foot strong. We turn the left foot out 90 degrees. And we make it really straight facing forward. We observe the line of the left foot and draw this line further to the right foot. The line of the left foot should cut the back foot exactly in the center. And now we want to activate the feet in such a way that we firmly press down the outer edge of the back foot. If you see my leg moving when I'm doing this, you will see that actually my leg and my hip are slightly opening more when I press down the outer edge of the foot. And in a similar way, when I activate the ball of the big toe, when I press this down and I activate at the same time the thigh muscle here, this leg will get a perfect stretch. It will not fall down, it will not be bent, and the knee will be aligned exactly towards the left foot, which keeps the knee healthy and strong. So this is the combination you want to do, you want to learn, you want to thoroughly observe, that you press the ball of the big toe down and activate the thigh muscle. Then extend the arms, go down, left hand on the leg, on the shin bone, right hand on the hip, so you create this tremendous opening of the chest and alignment of the body with the line of the feet, and then extend the right arm up and actually extend both arms. And breathe and enjoy. As I said, if the boat is moving too much, you should have a slight support for your hip, the outer buttocks touching. I'm also planning on do an actual yoga trial on a boat. Maybe see if we can use the mast for something good. This is depending on the weather, of course. Okay, now with the inhalation, we come back up. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Then we turn the back foot, we come towards the front and we go down with our hands. Place the hands and we come into the original position, which is dog pose. And we come down, just give it a little more child pose. Take the knees to the outer edges of the mat, almost join the toes, and stretch. Let the buttocks sink towards the heels, and as you do so, you automatically get this stretch from the hands to the buttocks, elongating the sides of your body. Breathe into the abdomen and into the pelvis region. Feel how these regions enjoy to inflate, extend, let go with the exhalation. Then let go of the hands and arms. Let the buttocks sink more towards the heels. And enjoy this relaxation, enjoy this position. This is, of course, a very safe position on the boat. No matter how much the boat is moving. And already now you should feel that your whole body has received a nice workout and that your back has been worked. We still want to do some sitting twists. I have this block here I would use for this position. You can do it without a block, you can do it with a block. The more flexible you are, the less you need a block. If you are less flexible in the hips, then to use a block can make it easier to sit upright and therefore to go into the position. We are sitting cross legs, and every time we sit down in cross legs, we actually want to take our buttocks bones a little more back. Like we lift each side, we take the right buttocks bone back, the left buttocks bone. What this does is just make the upright extension of the spine more easily. So when I sit down, the buttocks bones are more forward like this, then the lower back is more round. If I take the buttocks bones back, then the lower back is just moving up more easily. You might notice this either as you do it the first time or maybe if you do it several times. Okay, we are sitting cross-legged
And the energy is that we are pressing the buttocks bones down, and with the inhalation we want to extend the abdomen more forward and up. So if you have this small belly here, maybe you want to have a picture that you move the belly up and then put it a little more forward like this. And in the same way, with the inhalation, we also open the chest. And what we can do at least once with every sequence of the sitting pose, we can pull the shoulders up, roll them back, and let them sink. So in this way we have a very nice erect and upright sitting position. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. We can include a little treat for our head. We usually don't give much attention to the muscles around and in our head, but it's quite good to give them some attention once in a while. And a good thing to do that is to, one after the other, start to tense and release the muscles in and around the head. Then the next thing we want to do is a twist. We place our left hand on the right knee. We place our right fingers behind our back, so we touch the spine with our thumb, and we go down. And then we place the fingers on the ground, we push up, and with the inhalation we open the chest, and with the exhalation we pull with our left hand, and we support with the right hand, and we turn to the right. We look over our shoulder. And with each inhalation we open the chest more. With each exhalation we pull more with the left hand and turn to the right side. And then we keep the right hand with the left hand with the right knee, and we extend the right arm up, and we bend towards the left side. Keep the right buttocks bone down in strong contact with the block, and extend the right side fully to the fingertips of the right hand. And then you come back up, you come to the center. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And then you change size. Change the entwinement of your legs, and again take the buttocks bones back a little more, and you keep moving up, forward and up with the inhalation, abdomen forward and up, chest open, shoulders up and back, and then we take the right hand to the left knee. We take the fingers of the left hand behind the spine, so we touch the spine with our thumb, we go down, we place the fingers in an open way, facing up, and with the inhalation, we extend the chest upward. And also we make the elbows move outwards. Got to say this in the other direction. You want to keep them keep moving the elbows outwards, so your shoulders also keep moving outwards, and you have an extended and relaxed neck. So you inhale, you move more up, and with the exhalation, the right hand pulls more strongly, left hand supports, and you turn to the left side. Look over the left shoulder. And then we extend the left arm up. We bend to the right side with the right shoulder, and we extend the left side from the left buttocks bone, which is keeping close and strong contact with the mat, to the left hand, to the fingers of the left hand, full extension. And then with the next inhalation we come up to the center. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Take the arms to the sides, we move up with the arms, extend both sides, and then with the inhalation we move the hands towards the front and we go down. Also here we extend the hands like previously in dog pose. Middle fingers are parallel to each other. The fingers are spread widely. The index fingers and the roots of the index fingers are our foundation. And with the inhalation we press and pull. So the abdomen and the chest are moving forward with the inhalation. With the exhalation we bend our elbows, we go down, take the hands more down, take the hands more forward rather. And we root with our hands, we pull with the inhalation and let go with the exhalation. Pull and let go. And we let the elbows sink, the lower arms sink towards the floor. Next inhalation we just move a little more forward, we press the lower arms towards the ground and let go with the exhalation. Then as we come up with the help of our hands. With the inhalation, with the support of the hands, we move up slowly. About 2/3 of this coming up we do with help of hands, just to give a little support. We wouldn't have to do that, but it makes it more comfortable, more easy. And then, at the end of this phase of coming up, we just want to press down the buttocks bones. So press down the buttocks bones and inhale and see what happens. Feel how the abdomen, the chest, the shoulders are opening, and feel how the spine is coming into this upright position by itself. And maybe you feel a lightness of maintaining the upright position that you wouldn't have felt before this class. So here we are at the end of this short Sailboat yoga session. Let's give it another 3 ohms. The ohm sound which is enclosing everything from the beginning to the end. And we do it 3 times. Let your voice vibrate and inspire you. Oh. again for being part of the session. This is Garo from Volcano.yoga. Have a good trip and have a good time. Bye bye.